everyone, welcome back to the Lost Ways Podcast. This is episode 11, I believe. What's up?
Yeah, man, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while, guys. I know recently we posted that Batman episode 10, but I'm not gonna lie, bro, that episode was like way back. That shit was like, we recorded that shit like when the movie came out, but we had some technical difficulties, but we still posted it and shit. So, we're glad to be back. Of course, Olimac's not here, but it's still a vibe with both of us and shit. How you been, Oblivion?
Man, I got sore, man, but everything's been pretty great so far. Maybe almost sometimes like a blessing in disguise,
Yeah, I feel you. It's been pretty normal. I started recently going to the gym again, but like in the mornings and shit. And it kind of makes me feel better, like just like my vibe and mood overall when I like do it in the mornings and shit. I don't know, I just feel a lot better, like clarity wise and shit. But overall, it's pretty good. I've been kind of like missing doing the podcast though. I feel like we're not too consistent with it and shit. But I think we're gonna start getting back into it and shit. You know what I mean?
That's pretty good to hear, man. Like, I understand, like, it would suck if you were constantly going to the gym and then you suddenly stop, like let's say for like 3 days or maybe a week, and then when you have to, you have to go back to the gym because you can't
like once you start missing one day, bro, that's like a gate that you like pass through and shit.
Like, bro, like when I was thinking the other day, I was like, man, I haven't been to the gym in a while, and it's like, I gotta go. I need to like set this up like to go. I did went. The thing is, like, when it gets to that time that you have to go, you like kind of start having like doubts and second thoughts, like, fuck, man.
Yeah, like, fuck, bro, I wanna like fucking chill and shit. But that's why I started going like the first thing in the morning and shit. I like fucking wake up at 5 in the morning. I take a cold shower to like waking me up. I drink my pre-workout and I go to the gym for like an hour and shit, and then go to work. I eventually want to start going before work and after work, because I want to really see some progress and shit.
It's really good, man. I would suggest when you first start up your day, take a nice cold shower. It's very recommended. And as well, try to hit some cardio in the morning, and try to get that blood pumping through your system.
Oh yeah, the cold showers, bro, they're like, I seen like a bunch of YouTube videos about them and shit, just like the science behind them, and it's actually really beneficial to take cold showers, because when you're taking like a cold shower, like, it's like intense, bro, and you're focusing like all of your like your mind on like fucking just not being cold in the shower, and like that actually helps you with your like stress throughout the day, because that shit would be like probably like the most stressful thing you have to go through all day.
Yeah,
so
man,
it makes you feel better.
You gotta fucking wake up, take a cold ass shower, man. I'd be like,
well, to be honest, I kind of cheat a little bit. What I do is I take a warm shower, and then like at the end I just fucking put it all down, because I just hate fucking like just going into the shower and that shit is cold as fuck and I'm dry as hell, because that shit is like wetting your body and shit. Like, that shit is like, I always go slow as fuck, and that shit is like a hassle. But what I do is I take like a warm shower, and then at the end I just fucking take off all the warm water and just have it cold on me and shit. Like, the first 30 seconds is like crazy as fuck, but after like 30 seconds it kind of becomes normal and shit. But it's really beneficial. But that's besides the point. I'm saying I don't even know what we were talking about before this shit, to be honest.
It's all good, bro. But yeah, when I was in Puerto Rico, like staying there at like when I was young,
my God,
there, like I lived in a campo, like it's in the mountains.
Bro, yeah, you had to fucking like get like water and like just pour it on yourself. We had, like, and shit.
My grandpa, he put like a hose and shit, and like he made a bathroom, but just with a still hose through that hole. Yeah. And like there was no hot like water. So,
I know, bro. That shit sucks. That shit is...
I mean, it'd be hot in Puerto Rico, no, I'm not gonna lie, but when you gotta wake up in the morning and shit, and like, to take a shower. Like sometimes they have like bucket, like a big gallon of bucket of water, and they just leave it there just to warm up by itself, and then we can sometimes use that. But I hate using that hose.
Yeah, when I would stay in DR in the summers at my grandma's house, I remember they had no hot water and shit, and you had to like kind of like pour that shit on yourself. Bro, that shit was cold as fuck. That shit was awful, bro. I couldn't imagine doing that. Like, I would be like stressing out, like fucking like before taking the shower, like fuck, bro, this shit is gonna be fucking whack. I couldn't imagine doing that shit fucking forever and shit. But that makes me glad to be an American.
We're so fucking privileged, bro. We have like so much benefits like in the outside world, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, bro. America is awesome, bro. I feel like a lot of people don't really have like are not, what's the word?
Patriotic?
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. I feel like people are not patriotic as they were before about this country, bro. Cause America is great, bro. Like especially like if you're like from like a third world country, like you always hear about like people over there wanting to go to America. It's the land of opportunity, which it is, bro. Like you can like do anything over here if you put your mind to it.
Understandable. But yeah, I mean, in my personal opinion, I don't believe America is like the greatest of all of them. I'm stating that, you know.
Which one is the greatest then?
Unfortunately, I do not know. There's many countries. I know India and China are not going to be one of them, or Russia. I mean, I would suggest some parts in England or Europe. I don't know.
UK.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I never went to any of those places before, but I feel like it's pretty nice over there. I don't know. Canada too, maybe. I never been to Canada.
The thing is, they banned guns over there. Is that right?
I have no idea. I know they don't have freedom of speech in Canada.
What?
They don't. That's like only like in America, bro.
No, I'm saying like ban guns in Europe, like the.
Honestly, I have no idea about gun laws.
I think that's what they're always talking about, like shanking people in the middle of the street.
Yeah. Actually, now that you mention it, yeah, cause I listen to like some UK rap and shit, and yeah. They have like really strict gun laws. I don't think anyone is allowed to like carry a gun over there. I don't even know if the police do. Don't they like carry like those batons?
The batons?
I don't know.
Bro, sometimes I just be thinking like they're the rubber batons.
With like the fucking whatever those shits, those wigs and shit.
The constable and shit.
Yeah.
Those goofy ass outfits, man. I don't know. If I was a cop over there, I would not wear that. Shit is gonna make me look like Jimmy John or Jimmy Don.
Look like Marge Simpson or some shit. But yeah, a lot of shit's been going on. I know this is kind of like late news, but everyone knows about like the shit that's been going on with Will Smith ever since the Oscars and shit. Like a lot of shit has surfaced, like a lot of like cause his wife basically has a podcast like on Facebook, the Red Table Talk, and honestly, she just basically embarrasses him, bro. And I think the reason, which I don't even think this is like a new discovery that I'm like reaching here, but I think the reason is probably from Jada, bro. Like this guy is like in distress. I think that slap was like a cry for help, bro.
That's a very very valid statement, my friend.
What's your thoughts on that?
I feel like the exact same way. I feel like Jada's very, manipulative. I understand she has, her conditions, but
the bald, what's it? Alopecia. Fuck, I'm sounding like a complete dumbass right now.
Nah, you
stupid.
You're right there in the range, but basically, if you ever seen Jada, she's always been, roasting Chris Rock all the time.
Really? I haven't seen that shit, but I just know that I've seen clips that she's like, she was proud to be, having that disease and being like a spokesperson to it. I don't know. I think just like at the Oscars, like she just rolled her eyes because I don't know, maybe she just hears that shit all the time. She was probably annoyed, and Will Smith just looked at her eyes and shit and was like, I don't know.
The thing is, he was fucking laughing first. Like everybody zoomed in the clip, he was laughing until he fucking saw his ex-wife.
Yeah. I don't even think he like got the joke. I think he was just doing that thing where like celebrities, they just like laugh just to like laugh on screen and shit. But then he just like looked at her and he was like, fuck. He was thinking about Tupac and shit. What would Tupac do? And he like got up there and like slapped Chris Rock and shit.
What the fuck would Tupac do? Like he's just thinking himself in the position. I need to put this in there. I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and like, cause Jada used to date Tupac, I believe, or something like that. Like, and she's kind of still like talks about him to this day. Like if she's still in love with him, even like their daughter has like written like a letter to Tupac to come back and shit, even though he's like dead. Apparently there's like a rumor, like for like years that like Tupac is like still alive and he's like living in Cuba or something.
You seen those videos of him? I don't know. I feel like that's complete fake bullshit.
Yeah, I think he's dead. I feel like someone would have noticed by now.
Yeah, I mean, same thing they said about, Hitler and shit living in, Brazil?
Yeah, and like, I mean, I think even if he like lived, which I have no idea, to be honest, like, cause
he would have already been dead by now.
Yeah, I think like most people that are like was in the war for World War II, I think they're like extremely old or like dead at this point, which is kind of like a bummer, but but with this Will Smith and Jada stuff, I feel like it's complete nonsense, bro. I feel like we should be talking about the political estate climax that we're in right now, which was something that Jaden Smith has said throughout this week and shit.
I'm sorry, I didn't have a childhood, I was too busy involved since I was born to know about the political state of our country.
Yeah, there was just like a clip going around of Jaden Smith. He was basically explaining that he felt like as a kid, he felt way more mature as like a kid than other kids, which, I mean, it's probably true, bro. He was like a celebrity and stuff. He was probably hanging out with like actors and music artists and stuff when he was like in his teenage years and stuff, which is probably true. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of like celebrities and stuff. What the fuck was that? I feel like celebrities and stuff. I feel like people, they never like they don't connect with like celebrities and stuff. They just live like such a different life, bro. And maybe he has some knowledge about it, but just the clip itself, it just seemed pretty cringy and stuff in total. I've seen a lot of memes about it and stuff. But what is your thoughts about that?
I mean, I believe the same thing that you stated, but I don't know. I just find it so hard to believe at the same time. Like he's just still trying to like put this like impersonation of somebody else. Like, no, bro. Like, everybody has their own childhood, and back then you're not thinking like as an adult. Like, I mean, most people, depending on the situation, if they were just with adults most of their life since childbirth and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just don't believe that statement he stated. I don't think he really gives a fuck.
You don't think he gives a fuck about the political climax that we're in?
I mean, I'm not talking about now, but when he was a kid.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't even know what type of conversations he was having. He was like, the economy is awful. Look at the numbers spiking each year.
He's
while
like
he's
that
like
one
living
kid
in
in the
mansion
party
and
with
shit.
the hat and shit with the cups. You know what I'm saying?
The what?
Those kids in the back of like, you're in a party and you're at like in the back corner and shit, like antisocial, and you're like with a cup and shit, just sipping, watching everybody.
He's like has his back against the wall and he's like kind of like scouting the room and shit, looking at each body. He's like, they don't know that what I know will blow their mind or some shit like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and also like I feel like Will and Jada are going going through the same shit that like Kim and Kanye are going through right now and shit. Like it's crazy that these celebrities like are like having these like relationship issues like online and shit for profit, which I feel like is probably gonna like just hurt the next generation of theirs and shit. It's gonna fuck them up, bro. Cause you can already see this shit. Like there was a recent clip that cause the Kim Kardashian show is probably, I think it's coming back, and they released a trailer for it, and the trailer was Saint West, which is Kanye and Kim's son. They showed him like playing Roblox and stuff, and he found like an ad or some shit, like a world or something that said Kim K sex tape, and it had like Kim Kardashian's crying face on it. And he showed Kim that shit, and she was freaking out. She started like crying, and she was calling Kanye. She was like, Saint was on Roblox, and he found us a link to a sex tape of mine. And she was like crying and shit. And
she called Kanye?
Yeah, she didn't call Skeet or anything, because I think this is something that Kanye needed to know. And like I don't think it didn't show, like you couldn't hear anything that Kanye was saying, but I think he was probably like behind the phone. He was probably like rubbing his hands like Birdman or some shit.
He was just like, yeah.
Cause he was telling Kim like on Instagram, he was like, I don't want my kids being on social media, on the internet, unsupervised and shit. And look what happened. His son found his mom's sex tape, bro, with another guy and shit. That's crazy. This is probably gonna be common in the future, bro, cause nowadays OnlyFans and we have the internet and shit. Like now, bro, kids, like you can like, it's crazy cause like parents are always like recording their kids and stuff, and you can like in the future, bro, they're probably gonna have like thousands of videos of themselves like throughout the entire lives and shit. It's gonna be all documented, which is crazy.
They didn't have that back then. We don't really know as much because they didn't really have the technology. They weren't like advanced enough.
Yeah.
But I mean, now everything is gonna be documented for life. Everything's gonna be stored. I don't know what the future entails, but how the metaverse is coming out. I feel like there's gonna be like, I don't know how to explain it like that, but like we're gonna be in the metaverse and virtual reality, like some shit from Black Mirror, where we're gonna have like a little.
Oh yeah, like the chip, which like you can just like, it kind of like puts you like unconscious, and you just kind of like in your mind you're like playing the game and shit.
Yeah, like exactly like that. So everybody's gonna like have that maybe in the future, in my opinion, and where basically it has to do something with all your brain neurons and shit, where it's gonna like save all your like files, even from like childbirth.
Yeah, we're like in the beginning of it, cause like both of us have VRs and we play that shit, bro, and that shit is like fun. Like you feel like you're actually like in the game and shit. Like, bro, I'll be like fucking like hitting myself against the wall and shit, like running into it, cause it just feels like you're like in the game and shit.
Dude, I uppercutted. Like, I'm thankful to God, saying that my fucking fan didn't break, cause I was like in the gladiator shit, like this one game that we played, like where we basically like on site, 1v1 type shit, or fuck up whoever's there, and I had like some big ass gloves and shit, just like started like punching the fuck out of everybody. And like there was this person that was trying my shit. I was like, all right, step outside, pussy, I got you. And then like I want to go ahead.
Oh, the Gun Raider game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I went ahead and did like a fucking uppercut and like smashed my hand into the fucking land, bro. I was like, fuck, man, I hope it didn't break, but surprisingly, no, it didn't break.
Yeah, and that shit's pretty fun. Like, it's fun. I'm not even gonna cap, but that shit's kind of like scary about, like, cause when we go on, I'm not even gonna cap, it's just a bunch of kids on that shit. It's little ass kids playing that shit, like, fuck you, bitch. want me. Some shit like that.
I don't know, bro. Some of the kids there, bro, they be trying this shit all the time.
Yeah. But fuck, bro. Like, it's just crazy because that shit with Kim Kardashian is gonna be common because, like, if you think about it, like, our kids are probably gonna see this shit, like, our podcast and shit, too. Like, I don't know, they're probably not gonna see, like, our childhood and shit because, I don't know, we didn't have fucking smartphones and shit and these cameras, but they're gonna see, like, basically, like, our lives once, like, smartphones came into, like, our lives and shit. Which is crazy because I feel like I barely, like, see any, like, photos of, like, my, like, parents or, like, my, like, older family when they were, like, younger and stuff. There's always, like 5 or 6 pictures or some shit.
Dude, I wish I saw, like, a picture of, like, my dad as a kid. Like, he lived in Cuba and, like, they didn't really have that shit. I mean, I seen, like, one photo of him when he was, like, in his, like, early 20s. And, like, he was skinny as, like, fucking shit. He had, like, the whole beard and shit. He had, like, some Italian shirt, bro. It was like, flexing and shit. But, I don't know. Like, I just wish we can see all that memories because he told me the other day, like, a month ago, he has, like, this old, like, camera style, you know, the ones they use, like, for the porn and shit.
It's you know what's crazy? Like, in the future, I wonder how, like, textbooks are gonna be like, because we actually have, like, videos and shit from, like, I guess, like, 1960, I guess, on and shit. Or, like, actually, like 2000, where, like, people had, like, personal cameras and shit.
You wanna be crazy, dude? Like, you know the topic I was talking about, the little chip inside your head?
Yeah.
Like, what if you had, like, magazines as well that had, like, a USB shit connected, and whenever you want to retain that knowledge or information, you just stick the USB and then have it, like, connected and shit, and it, like, stores all that data.
Your memories. Yeah, like, there was an episode of Black Mirror where they had these contacts or something that it'll record, like, whatever you're seeing, like, 24/7 and shit, and you can, like, have this, like, little Roku remote or some shit and, like, point it at your TV, and you can, like, see every point that you, like, basically, like, lived through while you had your, like, contacts on, which was, like, kind of like in the Batman and shit too, which was cool. He had that shit. I feel like that would be cool, bro. I would like to have those shits.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I want to try that game one too, where you're, like, inside of the fucking game and shit.
You talking about that episode of Black Mirror of, like, that one nerdy guy that like lived in that fucking like, Star Trek world, whatever?
That one and the two lovers.
Two lovers of the fighting game one.
Yeah.
Right. I remember I didn't like that one as much. I think I stopped watching it, like, in the middle of the shit because I was like, bro, I don't want to watch this shit. It was, they're like, just, like, meeting up to, like, fucking shit, bro, like, on the battlefield.
I don't know how, like, fighting, like, then turns into, like, fucking, you know, trying to, like, jack each other off, kissing mad hard.
Yeah, I barely remember that episode too. One of my favorite episodes was this one where you watched the whole series.
I watched the majority of it. But...
Well, I like the one where it was, like, this one woman waking up, and then she was, like, in this house, and then she saw, like, this little symbol on the TV and shit, and she was just basically, oh shit, shit's almost done. But basically, she was there was, like, no one around, and there was, like, serial killers trying to chase her and shit. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
She was, like, brown skinned girl. Mm-hmm. That one was, like, cool ass episode. Black Mirror is actually a good shot. Is it even, like, are they still, like, making new episodes of it?
Not that I'm aware of. I'd be down to actually rewatch them. I usually be high as fuck, like, watching them.
Yeah.
But, like, some of them, like, get really deep. Some of them are, pretty silly. Like the one with the prince fucking the pig.
Yeah, that was, like, the first episode and shit. Yeah, that one kind of sucked, bro. I was not interested in, like, watching that shit. I watched it all the way through though, cause I don't know. But yeah, that one's fucking That one was like fucking filled my nightmares, bro, or some shit. Shit was whack. But you know who's like making a comeback right now?
Who was that?
6ix9ine.
Oh yeah.
You heard his new song?
Unfortunately, I have not heard his new song. I should.
No, it's actually not too bad. I kind of like it and shit. But yeah, he made a comeback and shit. He's been on Academics' podcast, Off the Record and shit. And that one's been like going viral and shit. It was like him, Whack 100, and 6ix9ine, and he had his goons with him and shit too in the background. But yeah, which is kind of cool. I don't know. I feel like 6ix9ine, I don't know. I feel like he's going too much into this like gangster persona. I feel like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like if he was just trying to make like good music and shit and just focus on that only, I feel like he would like blow up, make like more Spanish songs. I feel like, cause his Spanish songs are like the highest charting ones. The one with like Anuel, both of them have like 1 billion views and shit. So I don't know. Any thoughts on 6ix9ine?
I mean, I do like his music a lot. Like I usually be in the gym, and like some of his old music, I just be like, you know, getting some good reps out of it. Yeah. But as him as a person, I mean, I respect him for, you know, getting that money and shit. Yeah. I just don't really appreciate the way he's doing it, trying to, you know, like you said, this, you know, fake persona. He was like with Bloods, now he's with Crips type shit. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what he's trying to do or trying to prove it, to be honest. But trying to be the king of New York. Yeah, I guess. Which I feel like he probably does like the best numbers out of like, besides Cardi B and maybe Nicki Minaj. But they're like women, so they're like, I guess, queens of New York. But besides 6ix9ine, I don't know who like streams more, has like more hits. Maybe a Boogie. I think Pop Smoke was probably in the spot to take the king of New York, but you know, obviously he passed and shit. But yeah, I don't know. But you know, guys, you know, I wish this episode would be longer, but these cameras are about to die. We'll shoot another one pretty soon. We're gonna be much more consistent with the podcast and shit. You have anything to say? We appreciate everybody tuning in towards our next episode of Lost Waves. Stay tuned for more episodes, and y'all enjoy your day. Alright, Lost Waves, we lit.